Okay. Hello, good evening. I'm Loxley. Hello. So I discovered this is a thing about the Tokaido starting screen. Really nice starting screen. I love this kind of layered effect, but if you do click off it, it does slightly break. But that's my fault. Nobody could have said that was going to happen. Hey, Hanzo, yes. Oh, is this a game you actually already have? I only recently discovered it. So let me just move the chat because where the chat um, moves poorly. It ends up somewhere else every single time. So if you never played Tokaido, or have you never played Tokaido at all, or never played Tokaido the online version? I mean, not to pressure you into anything, but if you do want to play the game, it is fairly inexpensive on Steam, and I am more than happy to play online with you. But I can do an overview game first, and you can see what it looks like, and see what you think. Because it's actually quite a different experience from the board game, interestingly, which was kind of a fun surprise to me. Um, Anyway, sorry. Hello, I'm Loxley. I'm a goat. I play board games. Tonight I'm playing Tokaido, which translates as the East Sea Road. It's a traditional pilgrimage path between Edo and Kyoto. And it is a game that reminds us that vacations can be objectively measured, and the most important thing is having more fun than your friends. Um, or maybe like the journey. The journey is more important than the destination. Um, Something like that. One of the two. One of the two. Um, it's a great game. I really enjoy it. I'm going to play offline and play solo first. Um, it, it, this is a game for 2 to 5 players, but the minimum AI opponents you can have is two. So you have to have 3 players, which is not a bad thing. You can either what I do like is is much like the actual board game. You can select the traveler you want based on whatever skills you want to have, or you can do the normal randomizer. But it's not just you get a single random thing, much like it recommends in the board game. You get oh, you get 2 people handed to you, and you get to choose between them. So this is Zan Emon and Sasayako. I will pronounce these names wrong, for which I deeply apologize. Interestingly, their powers both relate to shopping because we're on holiday. We're going to get some souvenirs. So Zen Imon at the shop, he can purchase the first souvenir for 1 coin, ignoring the regular price. Or Sasayako, or Sasayako. I'm going to pronounce it wrong every time, and possibly differently. At the shop, if Sasayako purchases at least 2 souvenirs, the cheapest one is free. I apologize to all the Sasayakos of the world. So I'm no longer having to butcher that name. I'm going to go with Zen Imon, but also because he starts with slightly more coins, that's not a bad thing. And purchasing things for cheaper is quite good. Yes, I wish to select this traveler. So all travelers are ready. Mitsukuni, Yoshiyasu, and Zen Imon. Start my adventure. So, if you've seen Tokaido played as a board game, this will immediately look very different, and I was kind of fascinated by that because the board game has this beautiful, simplistic art style, and so many digital board games just take that existing design and just apply a live 2D render over. So you saw it in Raiders of the North Sea, Small World. Those are just very much the boards have been painted digitally into the game engine, and they have then just applied Live 2D where necessary, or card graphics. Whereas here, they've actually gone to the trouble of building the entire world in what, yeah, absolutely. Hanzo mentions it's a fairly low poly design. But it's still kind of very simple, charming. It's still very evocative of the boards in the original game. Um, and yeah, it's quite nice. So the traditional Tokaido pilgrimage would take place over 4 days. And that's the same case here. We have 4 days. This is our first day. These are all the potential stops we can see on our journey. At the end of each day, we have to stop at an inn, and we will get some food there. We have various things we can do, but only one person can stop at those things. So we can see Yoshi here has gone to this first space, which is a souvenir shop. We also have shrines where we can donate money in exchange for victory points, encounter spaces where we can encounter people, inspiring vistas where we will paint things, hot springs where we might be able to get bathe with monkeys, mountains which inspire more art, a farm where we can work to get extra money, a seaside where we can see a sea vista, and yeah, the souvenir shop. That is all of it. And then we'll finally get to the the inn at the end of the day. You want to make a pilgrimage in your life if you get the chance. Where would you make a pilgrimage to? That is a very potentially deep and philosophical question. But if anybody in chat wants to answer, if they would make a pilgrimage, where would you make a pilgrimage to? Anyway, so I have got plenty of money at the start, so I could go to the shrine. Everything also builds up over time, so we can see here. This shows who's leading. Each of these things gets a 3-point bonus at the end if you have the most. So if you meet the most people, you get a bonus 3 points. If you buy the most souvenirs, you get a bonus 3 points. If you go to the most hot springs, you get a bonus 3 points. If your meal is the most expensive, you get a bonus 3 points. It's a game very removed from how people actually vacation, but I do love it because it is very simple. It is competitive, and you can think about what you're doing. It's also interesting because you have to choose a space, and it is not determined by the order of players. It is determined by positioning on the board. The person furthest back on the board at any given time is the person who goes next. So, for example, right now I'm quite tempted to go to this garden to have an encounter because I think they're quite a powerful thing. It's completely random as to what you'll get, but you'll get some contribution to one of these items, one of the scoring methods. But that would then potentially mean that the third traveler might go to the inn, at which point we have the guy who went to the shop will go, and then the guy who went to the shrine would go. And that means that I kind of am sacrificing a turn, but in case of in one, yeah, I'm potentially sacrificing a turn in order to get something I think is better. There are plenty of temples along the route, so I'll definitely be donating. You're interested in making the Camino de Santiago in Spain, the 88 temples of Shikoku, Japan. Wow. I'm not familiar with them. I've heard of the 88 temples, but I don't know a huge amount about them. I've not heard about the Camino de Santiago. Anyway, so I am going to, because I think these the encounters are quite useful, and it might give us an indication as to where we should focus, because what I found in this game is that focus is really important. So I'm going to go to the... I'm going to go to here first. Hi, I am Miko, a priestess. I will donate 1 coin to the temple for you. Okay, so skipped a thing to do the same thing. That's absolutely fine. That coin goes into the temple. And we can see that I'm now winning the temple route because I've donated those coins. Yoshiyasu is going to go and paint the first part of a panorama. The panoramas are 1, 2, and 3. No, they're 3, 4, and 5 pictures in length. So you can see Yoshiyasu has started painting a rice paddy panorama. There's also a mountain panorama and a sea panorama. Whoever completes the panorama first will get a bonus 3 points, but they're also worth progressive more points the more of them you do. So the first picture is worth 1, second's worth 2 points, third one's worth 3 points, then fourth one in the mountains worth 4 points, fifth one in the sea is worth 5 points. And a lot of the game is about developing these increasing set collection. We'll also see it because I will definitely be going to the shop. You want to get lots of variety of items. So rather than get a collection of lots of souvenir fans, for example, you want to get a fan, a piece of clothing, a piece of food, and a totem. Because the first is worth 1 point, second's worth 3 points, third is worth 5 points, and fourth is worth 7 points, I believe. So I think it's worth something to the tune of 13 when you... or 13, 15, something like that, when you have gone all the way through. So Mitsukuni went to the hot springs, got 3 points for that. That means that there were some monkeys in there. They do actually show the monkeys when the monkeys there, which is very fun. And I have a choice again because more than likely, if I choose to start painting the mountain, I'm going to miss the opportunity to go to the store. So I'm potentially hindering myself for this first day, but there's still 3 days after. I'm going to go to the store because I still have lots of money. The first souvenir I buy only costs 1 coin. Well, that's great because this totem would cost 3 coins, but in fact, I'm going to buy it for a single coin. And it's a sumi, so a painted card. Thank you for purchase. This is a beautiful souvenir. And then I can either get a chopsticks or a spinning toy. So I'll get the top, the Koma. And that's worth 3 points. Oh yeah, so it's 1, 3, 5, and 7. That makes more. You love Sumi. So now I probably am missing some points because Yoshiyas is going to paint the first of the mountains, and Mitsukuni is going to go and work at the fields, which means they both get to move again before me. And he actually skips the temple because he wanted to get an encounter. Interesting. So I actually do find that the paintings are really good, and particularly the seascape, because you get more points for it overall. So I am going to go to the sea and paint that seascape. Actually though, do I want to? So the other thing to note about inns is everyone will stop there, and then no one is allowed to leave until everyone has arrived and eaten a meal, or had the option to eat. And the person who arrives last will be the first person out the door the following day. If I start painting the seascape, I'm starting the process of painting that seascape, but also I'm going to be the last person leaving the inn. Now, that's probably okay. I don't think that's too bad. Ah, this is good to know. So I was slightly concerned because the border kind of does not change between games. It's always the same, but I was slightly concerned that you couldn't see what order things were appearing on subsequent days. You can't do it easily on this path, as far as I can tell. But you can scroll along in the actual world map, as it were. So I can see the first few days are a seascape, a temple, and working on a farm. Okay. I'm really potentially. Let's do it. I've got a good feeling about the seascape. It's usually a bit of a longer one to get, but there's lots of opportunities to get it. And now Mitsukuni is going to go and have some more hot springs. No monkeys this time. Yoshias is going to paint the... Oh, no, sorry. Mitsukuni went to the mountains and painted the first mountain. Yoshias went to the hot springs and got the... And did not get monkeys, I don't think. And obviously you can see it's saying, I can't stop there because somebody's already there. Yeah, you got monkeys. That's absolutely fine. So I've got no choice but to go to the inn. At which point I'm presented with 4 meals. So there is a kind of a strategy to going into the inn first, because if you happen to know that the other players have less money, you can buy something. You can buy some really cheap stuff, forcing them to either spend all their money or just not eat that evening. Which sounds cruel now that I think about it. For even the briefest moment of time. But yes, that's strategy. However, you also get a bonus at the end of the game for having the most expensive meals. So as I have plenty of money, I am going to go for the sashimi. You can also leave without having a meal if you want to. It means you have more money, but each meal is worth 6 points. So I'm going to do that. And that means that I will be the last person who will be leaving the inn. So you bought something for 2. Leaves you with... And you also bought money. You're digging the general look of this game. Yeah, it's a really nice game. Like they have brought the style very well to the computer without just using a live 2D mock-up. It's quite impressive. I mean, as far as I can tell, the actual Funforge has its own internal dev team that made this. So, or at least everything seems to be related directly to Funforge as a developer. So, yeah, they seem to have just gone for that. Decided rather than just apply live 2D and just convert the board game directly, they've added a few elements. So I'm going to go to work in the farm, get a bit more money. Yeah, I figured you would go there to the rice paddies because that gets you the second card. You will go to the mountains because that gets you the second card. And that opens up an encounter. What do you like? Really like somebody to give me a souvenir. You're an Anabito, a guide. Let me help you complete the mountain panorama. I would have really liked it if this was for the sea, but it's luck of the draw. And to be honest, it's still a point. That said, I do like the live 2D effects they've got. Like, I will try and get a full panorama up so you can see it, but I do like that there's a bit of a live 2D angling thing going on with the panoramas. Okay, so you're going to go to the hot spring. Interestingly, that does potentially mean I could block Mitsune by going to the mountains. And then that kind of puts in a bit of a competitive race. I would still like to get the C, but I've already got one ahead. Yeah, let's block up the mountain. Also, because I don't want to jump too far ahead. Yeah, here we go. So we got this nice layered pattern. So if you move across, it kind of moves the background. And this is actually a pretty good representation of the card art that is in the game. You can actually see here the these are what the cards this is a direct representation of the cards. So as you get more of the panorama, it actually creates that panorama painting, which is really nice. Okay, so you're going to start the seascape. I actually don't know what these two do. Ah, so whenever he has an encounter, he can choose between two people to meet. That's really good if you can get a bunch of encounters. And I believe you earn an additional point for each hot spring and each achievement in the collection. I'll go over the achievements are when you have the most of something. So currently, he's going to get extra points for the mountain. Well, actually, not the mountain, but certainly the shrine and the hot springs he will get achievements for. And I want to... Oh, excellent. So this has been, like, not the most successful day in terms of gathering points, but I am going to end with the most money, and also I'm going to be going into the inn last, which means that I will leave first. Excellent. Excellent. And I believe that is a souvenir shop right outside the inn. Actually, it's after the paddy, so that's absolutely fine. And let's see, what did you guys get for food? Oh, so Mitsukini didn't buy anything the second day, and Yoshias has only bought a fairly inexpensive series of meals so far. So I can keep the lead on eating well. What do we got? We've got donburi. Oh, I do like donburi, sushi, or tofu. I mean, it's got to be the donburi. I really like a beef bowl. It is delicious. Yeah, it is cheaping out on food, which isn't the best plan, honestly, because it is again, it's worth 6 points. So I'll pick this, get 6 points, and I'll still have money, which is good. So I'm going to go... I'd like to block this encounter, but I really want to go to the souvenir shop. First souvenir I will only cost 1. Oh, that is kind of annoying because these are all the same. So, as I say, it's about set collecting in terms of straights, for want of a better word, rather than matching sets. So, if I buy all these items of clothing, it's worth 1, 1, and 1 because they're each considered a different. It's the start of a different set. Actually, strictly speaking, one of them will get me 5 points because it's part of this set. In fact, I can demonstrate this because it tells you how many points you're going to get. I'm going to get myself a nice hat. That gets me 1 point. That gets me 5 points. But now, for the more expensive, this will only get me 1 point because it starts a new set. So I'm not going to get anything else right now. Oh, interesting. So I don't know what the AI is like in this. It's kind of... Oh, and you're bypassing the encounter, which is a really daft idea for you. I kind of wish you'd bypass the encounter as well. That being said, that does mean I get one more card on the way to the mountain panorama. You go to the hot springs, which annoyingly gets you even more points. Oh, actually, that's interesting. So it only shows the monkeys if you are going to it. It doesn't show your. It doesn't show you the opponent's monkeys. That's kind of interesting. Do I want to? I don't want to. I'm not too fussed about the panorama because I'm not getting that one. Like that is far and away not going to be something I'm pushing toward. This one, the mountain panorama, really good. Oh, I'm not going to get this. Well, the sea panorama is still worth a lot of points because it's worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, in sequential points. So it's still worth doing it. But do I want to actually? Okay, if I go to the farm, I sacrifice a move, but I have plenty of money. And also the temple is not the be-all and end-all because you don't get... Everyone gets bonus points for donating to the temple. It's just done on a sliding scale of whoever got the first, the second, the third. So I will still get points out of the temple, even if I've only donated 1 coin, which I have. Yeah, so I'm not too concerned. Oh, I'm very happy. I was hoping that would be the case because that allows me to go to a souvenir shop. And it also allows me to be the last person in the inn. So first thing I'm going to buy... So actually, I know for a fact I'm going to be able to get a piece of food which will complete 1 set. I might as well also start a second set. So I'm going to get Furoshiki. Again, I apologize. I've not studied Japanese to any extent. This basically means I'm going to maximize my spending efficiency, because if I get this one first, then I will spend 1 coin, then 2, then 1. Whereas here, I'm only going to spend 3 coins total instead of 4. Gofu. Oh, actually, these are good luck. These are prayers tied in bags that you get from temples. I bought one of those for a friend when I went to Japan. And Competo. So we've cleared out the shop. Pretty happy with that. And you can see that this is, I've not really been paying attention to my score, but I am enjoying the fact that I'm now at 40. So you went for onigiri. You didn't buy anything again. So let's have a quick look at you. Oh, there's so much nice food in Japan. Why would you not have the most of it? Oh, I do like dango. Dango's nice. Yakitori though. That being said, as I am ahead, I might go for the dango because I'm still going to be ahead for food, but I'll have a little bit more money to spend on things like temples. And here's a thing. So I believe this is is this the final day? Yes, day 404. It says up the top left. So I definitely... Oh, right. So more than anything, I want to get that mountain. Yeah. That is my highest priority. It would be nice to go to a souvenir shop, but there is one right by the inn. But I also would like the money in order to get anything. Actually, this is the last temple, isn't it? Okay. How are we doing on temples? Their actual... no. So I could spend all of the money I have, and I'd only be matching. So that's not a useful play. I could go to... Ooh, I actually have There's 2 encounters on this day, and I'm currently tied for the most encounters. So it makes sense to do that because I'm not in the running for Bather, and that's just gonna give me a flat 2 or 3 points. So I might as well make myself competitive. Okay, sure. Heart of the cards is not with me. I've met some very nice priestesses. They have donated money on my behalf. I guess like it saves me some money. Yeah, you didn't need to do that because yeah, it's just 1 point, literally 1 point for one. Oh wow! Oh, you really needed. Okay, I guess I'm not doing. Okay, well in that case, I'll slow my roll a little bit and go to paint the sea. Not gonna be able to paint a huge amount of it, but I can paint. I get 2 points of it. Oh, you're gonna go to the encounter. Ah, and if I go to the hot springs, then I'm going to miss that mountain. So I would far rather have that mountain because, again, this is worth 4 points. Plus, in fact, this is worth 7 points because this lets me complete. Whereas this is just worth 2 or 3. I have completed the panorama. I get these bonus 3 points. You'll go to hot spring. I'm gonna guess you'll go to the rice paddy. It's a really nice picture. I'm guessing it's like this is written by a guy called. This game is designed by a fellow called Antoine Bowser. So I'm guessing he is not. But he seems to have a real fascination with Japan because he also made a board game that's also been adapted into a digital game, which is on the wheel, called Takenoko, where you are constructing a bamboo garden. So he does. I think he does. He has his own definite style, but you can see there are elements that he's adapted from Japanese art. You know what? I don't need to buy anything, but I might as well see if I can buy something. So that would be worth. Oh, that'd be worth 5. Oh yeah, I started a new. So that's worth nothing. That's worth. Oh, so I can pay 1 coin for 5. It okay. It literally doesn't matter. It's the same object. I will buy some ocha, and that's 5 points. Yeah, I really enjoy. I really like Takenoko. Again, I actually really like Antoine Bowser's games. I think he's a very good. I think he's a very good designer. He plays with some interesting mechanics, and he really, you're always kind of interested in what other players are doing, which is sometimes what you don't get with some games. You can just kind of take your turn and then go away, come back. Okay, there's nothing. There's you can't do anything to your opponent. Your opponent can't do anything to you. Whereas here, you're always interested in terms of what your opponent's doing because what are they going to block? What can you get in ahead of them? So really, right now, I really hope there's a 1 coin dish available. Tonight, that's yeah. I'm at the top for a few of these, so I think I've got good odds. I'd really like to have a 1 coin dish, 1 coin dish. Yes! Oh, the dango. No, I always have. Did I already buy the dango? Ah, you can't eat this meal because you've already eaten this during your travels because you're not allowed to have the same thing twice. Because if you, because otherwise you're just repeating yourself, and that's not. You're not having many wide and diverse experiences. Cool. So I'll go for the soup. So bather, unsurprising, the person who goes to the baths the most gets a bonus 3 points. Collector. Yeah, there we go. That's that again. That's whoever has the most souvenirs. So I got that. Chatterbox, the person who had the most encounters. So those two priestesses got me an extra 3 points at the end of the game. Gourmet, the person who had the most expensive meal. Oh, you also got Chatterbox? Okay. Well, I mean, it's fine. We share the points. Temple donation, so I get plus 4 points because I don't say third most amount. For second place gets you 7, first place gets you 10. I don't know if Mitsurushi is going to be in the running. Yeah, so there we go. That is I win. I got 80 points. I had objectively a better holiday than anyone else. It doesn't matter how much fun they had. Mine was objectively better. Anyway, yeah, that was a pretty solid win. It gets really interesting when you start playing against more people because it changes the dynamic. Because you also have additional stops that open up, and who's going for what changes wildly, and you've got much more spread. Yeah, I mean, Anzo, as I say, there is no pressure. But would you like to play a game of Tokaido? I will have to do a few bits of setup at the back, but you're more than welcome to join me if you have the time and the inclination. Meanwhile, I'm going to have a little stretch. Oh, there we go. That feels good. Let you buy the game. You think it's cheap? I also believe it is cheap. I was just whilst I set up, because this also means I'm going to have to set up like my email stuff. So I am just going to go to my chatting screen, and we'll go over here, because I just need to do a few bits of setting up. I need to do a profile. Right, quick. So I'm just going to mutter to myself for a moment. Yeah, this is a nice game. It's another one of those ones where I have played it a number of times. It's just a really nice game to play because it also just lets you chat whilst you're playing it, and it's not the most competitive in the world. It's just you're having a nice chat with your friends, and it's a nice game to have between you and talk about, just to allow conversation to flow. Create the accounts. Brilliant. I log in. I logged in automatically. Cool. Back to the menu. Cool. So now I can play online. Once I have done this. Log in. Nice. So I can either... Oh, excellent. I can even do a public game or play with friends. So that's really good. In fact, Hanzo, if you're still able to hear me, do you want to jump on and we can actually do voice chat? But was not intending for this to be a sudden collaboration, but if you're if you're inclined, you're more than welcome to join me. Cool. I believe you already in the server, so you can just jump in voice chat if you want.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing? How are you?
There we go.
Let me... I believe I actually have a... Do I have your PNG?
You should have. We already did. We tried to do one collab together.
Oh, I don't. I'm wrong.
You don't?
I don't. Could you send it again for me, please?
Sure. Let me...
Was not intending for this to be an impromptu collab, but yeah, always it's a delight to
Sometimes,
have you here.
yeah, it does happen sometimes. Honestly, I had a ton of work today, so having a little break is good.
Yeah, and to be honest, you know, again, Tokaido is quite a nice game just to chill and have a chat with.
Yeah, absolutely. There, it's in the stream assets
Yeah, got you.
channel. There we go.
Okay, just need to quickly sort this out. Yeah, we're both. Nobody comes here for professional standards. So we're just gonna do. We're just both gonna do our sign up for profiles with FunForge, right here on the stream. I'm just going to create the reactive thing. And I need this. Copy that. And go in there. And generate that code. And now we really need to... What I often find is that it very often goes with a very weird size the first time I set it up. I have to just test this out.
Probably. Because it's dependent on the original PNG size.
Yeah,
and I think my PNG is like 2K or something.
Yeah, that's fair. I can sort that out. It's actually fairly straightforward. You just need to, like, it's actually the biggest issue. The height is fine. Your PNG is very, very wide. So currently you are half a bird. Yes, it does. I go and live down in the right corner. I'm tempted to just shrink you down and put you on my shoulder.
Sure. A new PNG. Hey, we have someone in the chat.
Yes. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, this I got a couple of weeks back. Yeah, it's now I now am all reactive and cool.
Reactive and stuff.
Reactive and stuff. It is the technical term. Yeah, yes. you actually sit quite nicely on my shoulder, Hanzo. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna actually yeah, I've got my club here. I'm gonna make you do that in actual chatting room, but I'm quite happy with. I don't know if you can see my screen, but
I
have Hanzo. Hello.
Hello.
Excellent.
There
it's working. Yes, there you are. So,
yes.
Are you all set up to go?
No, for some reason the download speed of Steam, just Steam, is horrible right now.
Right.
So I still have to wait for like 10 minutes.
Okay. Well. Oh, and well, you're already online, so I have sent an invitation to you when you are available.
Of course.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you joining, Ashy. It's really good to see you. I'm absolutely understandable if for missing streams because of work, because you know, we gotta pay the bills, we gotta eat.
Yes.
You know, some people have rent apparently, but we're not going to talk about that too much here.
It's terrible.
Oh man, that was a take that guy had.
Oh my god, yeah. And here I am as an independent worker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Working on a holiday.
Yeah.
There's some people that said, yeah, you should give your work for free. Like, no.
It's a thing. Right, yeah, so I'm just waiting for Hanzo to download. But yeah, how you doing, Ash? How's things? I hope you're doing well. This is one of the Ash, for reference. Hanzo is one of the not tiny number of sheep and goat VTubers that of which I'm a part. We have a little,
Nice.
yeah, we have a little barn that we hang out behind the back of.
I find it really funny. Like that kind of connection you get to have with VTubers on the same like animal side, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like
I surprisingly have a lot of people I interact with that are actually like bird VTubers, and I find it hilarious.
Yeah, it is funny. It's just I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I was saying I was seeing somebody, I think it was Mary, earlier today, was saying that he thought that people's VTuber avatars probably reflected them more than
Oh my
like
god!
how they actually were. You know, it's kind of it's interesting. Like, you know, there people have reasons for choosing certain avatars. Like, I know I have reasons for choosing a goat. You have reasons for choosing a bird. So yeah, I guess it kind of does make sense that you would, forgive the pun, flock to other people who kind of have that energy.
Of course, of course. Now, for me, it was really funny because like this design I have, it was like an emergency design that was I asked for it like, I don't know, 34 days before starting streaming, because my initial design didn't come through.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So
Yeah, no,
like, I don't know. You keep posting about human form Hanzo. Is that something we're gonna see sometime around the line?
yes, it is something I want to do, but right now I'm in between taking my time and develop the design myself, or commission the design. But
Yeah, because you've been doing you've been learning to draw on your art streams, because you do lots of
yes,
3D art.
yeah,
But
I
you
can do
also
3D fairly decently, I would say. But for like a character design, you do know how to have 2D skills that I do not necessarily have. So I have been thinking of commission at least the base 2D design and then doing a 3D model myself. But right now, I don't have the budget to do that.
that makes sense.
So yeah, so in the meantime, I'm still really happy with the design I have right now. I find it really distinctive,
Yeah,
which I like.
it stands out. It's very cool. It's very memorable. It's a very like, yeah. I think it's got some very cool angles on it.
Yeah, it's really surprising. It was funny to me because, in fact, it was designed, I think, in one afternoon. I contacted this artist friend of mine, and I said, I have this emergency. I need a character just to start streaming with a PNG. Maybe I'll replace it myself later, but I need something to start with. And I think in 2 hours they had like a few sketches for me, and I already fell in love with the characters. As yeah, that's mine. I'll buy everything you have.
Nice. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Fun.
it's this has been interesting. And then yeah, that was five months ago, and I stuck with it. I actually trying to get see if we can get a live 2D version of this one
Oh, nice.
to have a little more movement on screen, I would say.
That makes a lot of sense. I think
Yeah.
it's, yeah. I think like at some point it might be fun to do live 2D. I don't know. Right now. I think it was posting earlier. When I was also talking about how I'm going to bankrupt you by introducing you to all the fun board games. I like, you know, I think most streamers focus on video games, like board games. It's a big category in Twitch. It's got a lot of followers, but it's not got like a lot of regular watchers. So yeah, I don't know. It's that kind of I'm aiming for that Venn diagram of people who like VTubers and people who like board games, which might be a small amount, but it's kind of a nice,
Yeah,
comfy
it
area that
is
I get to
a
live in.
niche. It is in fact a niche, and it's part of the the decisions one wants to make.
Hmm.
For example, I actually run a D&D campaign on a friend's channel on
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays. And she's a VTuber too. She
Nice.
usually pulls like, I would say, between 80 to 110 people per stream
Oh wow.
uh, on her normal streams.
Hmm.
But when we do D&D, those numbers usually go down to 50 or 60,
Hmm.
which is also a reality of the platform, where if you play something that is niche, reality is you're probably going to struggle with sometimes getting the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, I do find that people get a lot more involved when they're watching something like that. They like. That
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, the
Like
game started.
I would be honest. I
Way too
really.
loud.
Hmm? Oh yeah. You're gonna have to turn down your desktop volume because this is a weird thing that I find
There we
with
go.
because also you have no choice. You either have the volume on or you don't. There are no sliders. It's a very bizarre thing to have in this game.
Yeah, no. What I usually do with the games is go into the sound mixer of my own PC, and then from there take the volume down.
Ah, makes sense. Right, Hanzo, if you jump onto my shoulder, we can start setting up a game.
Sure, let's go.
I'm far too happy. I'm far too happy with how this looks. I feel far too.
I usually wouldn't let people treat me like this, but you're fine, man.
I can. You can just go on the bottom right if you'd like, but I just thought I don't know. It's
No, no, it's fine. Let's give it that way. Okay.
I'm sorry, man. It was an idea that came to me, and it just amused the heck out of me. Um,
Let's see.
I don't know. Maybe I'll start using this as a point of reference, and all everybody who's a guest on my channel from now on will end up being a tiny person on my shoulder.
Let's see. Do I have to do something from my side, or just accept your
I
invitation?
think you should be able to set my invitation. This is the first time I'm trying with the online play, so I've definitely sent you the invitation. Yeah, you've received
There
my
we go.
invitation.
Play game.
Do
I mean,
my
I
web.
accepted, but it doesn't do anything. Do I
Okay,
have to
so
create a profile, maybe?
have you not
Shouldn't be.
created a profile?
No.
Ah, yes. Do the sign up quickly, and that will be fine.
Okay, sure.
Because yeah, I think whilst you do, I think to get to the play online section, you still have to log in, even if you're using Stream as a thing.
I just like when games ask for their own system on top of the already existing, like Steam or Epic Games. Shit, where's my country? There it is.
I mean, that's kind of between you and your country. I'll be honest.
Server has received your request.
And it should just log you straight in.
Okay, there we go.
Just click the thing again. So hopefully,
Yeah.
it should just boot up. Do you want to play with some AIs, or do you want to just be head to head?
Let's put some AIs, because I think you have to handle more decisions when you have 3 people or 2 people like taking the spots.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. What's it looking like on your end? Because I'm still just says you're online.
Maybe I had to do the tutorial first.
Oh no, if you go up to the settings in the top right, this is a slight annoying
Yeah.
thing. You can just untick tutorial mode.
There we go.
But it is a bit of an annoyance because until you do that tutorial, you must always go in and untick tutorial mode before you play this game.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I get why they do it. It's just to remind you the tutorial's there, but at the same time, like if people have played, a lot of the time people are going to have come to this game having played it elsewhere. People. I mean, I certainly have a lot of board games on. Hello, is that a thing? Ah, yes, it says you're now. It says you're now online.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of the board games I own digitally, I also own physically because, I've been playing board games for a number of years. I like playing them with friends, but, the last year has not necessarily been conducive to that.
Mm-hmm. Ta-da. Okay. Let's see if it works this time.
Uh-huh.
You have to create the table.
Right, okay, that's absolutely fine. How many AI? Let's do 2 AI opponents.
Yeah.
And let's see if this works. The room's been created.
Okay.
Perhaps you can join the room?
This should be easier to do.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. I mean, it's kind of it's an unfortunate thing with a lot of digital board games. I find is that the online. You've now invited me to play Tokaido.
Apparently.
Yes, let's play that. I accepted an invitation to play Tokaido.
Yeah, that's I get it.
Let's quickly leave this room. Play online. Play with friends. Play with Hanzo. Have you created a table?
Yeah, I tried to, but it is the same. Like it's eternally rotating.
I usually play a public game. Oh wait, hang on. It's for some reason Hanzo's room is in the public game area.
Why? Why? Okay, can you enter the?
Oh, we're sorry that no room's available. Try to join a room later or create your own. So I think you may have left that room and deleted it. Right. Okay, hang on.
I create the table. I'll see if I can enter from my side.
Okay, hang on. So you should, if you go into the public rooms, you should now be able to see it.
There we go.
Marvelous. Okay, starts. And online you don't get the choice. You actually just get 2 people instead of. Yeah, you get the 2 cards like with the base game.
I noticed. Yeah.
So
Where can I see the effect? There we go.
if you click on the little bouncy icon at the bottom,
Yeah.
it shows you the effect.
I'll go with style.
With who?
With just a stylistic choice.
That's fair. I am going to go for a priest.
Sasayako and Kinko.
Oh, you're going for the artist.
Yeah, it looked like correct from aesthetics perspective.
I mean, it's thematically appropriate for you. So for reference, we have Kinko. Each meal purchased by Kinko costs 1 coin less, so quite useful in the inns. We have Hiratada. Each time I stop at a temple, an additional coin is added free of charge to my donation, which also earns me an additional point. I'll start with 8 money. Sayako will get, if she buys 2 items at the shop, then the cheapest one is free.
Mm-hmm.
And Hanzo, you are playing. Oh, it doesn't actually tell me the name. Hiroshige.
Hiroshige.
arrives at each of the 3 intermediate inns. You add 1 section of the panorama of your choice before choosing the meal. So really good. You want to just go for as many panoramas as possible. You'll also notice at the bottom screen, whereas when I was only playing against 2 AI, it was a straight line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here there are multiple stops for certain things, so a second person can go into the souvenir shop, or the hot spring, or the mountains. So it doesn't completely cut off, but it does still affect how many spaces there are available. So if you go below, if you go to oh no,
Out of time.
you've been kicked from the game because you did too long to play your turn. Please play
My God.
quickly. Play online, public game, create a game, 2 AI
Okay,
opponents.
let me exit the game then because I'm still playing.
There's
This
there's not a way to turn that off though.
so scuffed.
Ah. I mean, it didn't even occur to me. Like, it counts up on the normal game. I guess that really makes it difficult to, like, unless you are with somebody. I don't know. I feel like most online board games acknowledge like a turn-based setup allows for asynchronous play. That's bizarre. If it's possible, I will go for Hiratada again. But if not, I may just have to choose somebody else.
Did you create the room? It doesn't appear for me.
I did create the room.
A public room?
A public room.
Why?
Chat saw me. Chat is my witness.
My God.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
try
it doesn't
creating. Let me try creating it again.
Okay.
Play online. Play a.
There it is.
Wait, I've just left that room though.
You're kidding me. It says for me that I'm waiting for the host to launch the game.
The host is no longer in that game.
This is so cursed.
It's absolutely fine. This is. I mean, it's. To be honest, this is kind of good to know. In terms of getting things set up, like, because what I would really like to do this as a, part of the benefit of board games and being somebody who is probably going to have a fairly small community is actually, if I say we're going to play this game today, people can jump in. So it's actually kind of good to be able to give the wheels a bit of a kick. Oh no, it's just right.
It's
Stop
for you.
No, it's saying connecting. I think I'm having a few connection issues.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. At worst, I will quit out of the game and. Well, we're going to go back to the chatting screen for a second. I'm going to quit out of the game. So it's going to go weirdly quiet for a second. There we go, because I'm largely using the music. Do and play. See if this helps. I also don't know if it's going to kick me out of the login or if it's going to automatically log me back in. Connecting, authenticating. Okay, so I appear to be back in. Cool. That's absolutely fine. Play online. Public game. Does seem there's a pretty decent number of players connected, to be fair. Create two opponents. Right. Let's give it a minute or two, and then you should be able to see it. Waiting for players 1 of 2. Or hoping you're able to see it this time.
There we go.
Marvelous.
Yes.
And we're back. We're back.
So, which character do
Oh,
I get?
awesome. I actually do get Hiratada again.
I did not get Hiroshi.
Oh, so well, I've got good news. Hiroshige is still in the game.
Okay, let me see. Okay, let's go with this one.
Have you got? Oh
my God.
I cannot remember what that person's power is. But
she had 1 action point for one additional encounter, something like that.
Ah, cool. That's really cool. So no, a point and an encounter. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the time limit is. Change the time limit? No, you can change the language of the game.
Thank you.
Yeah, it makes sense with that character particularly to go straight to an encounter.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure if this was an encounter or not. I haven't learned all the symbols yet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's an, wow, you only have like a minute 15. You have like 75 seconds.
You
When I
gotta think fast.
You have got to think so fast. When I stop at a temple, I can I get an extra coin added, so I'm gonna I'll donate 2 because I get 3. I get a bonus anyway.
Nope.
Okay, Hiroshige is going to go to the souvenir shop, and then I'm gonna guess we'll go straight to the rice paddy. Yeah, that makes sense because Hiroshige is gonna have the
Oh, right.
benefit.
Right.
Because Hiroshige ended up like it's it's an element of these multi-stop points is that even if you're the first person in it, the person who is furthest from the road is considered to be further back. So
I
if
see.
I go to the hot spring right now, I will be considered the further back than Zen Imon.
Mm.
Actually, I think I will go to the hot spring. No monkeys, sadly.
So I guess this is the mountain and
Yeah.
then
So you've got
souvenirs.
you got the mountain, you got get basically you got paint the first picture of the mountain, get money, souvenir shop, temple, encounter,
Mm.
seascape, mountainscape, hot spring.
Let's try this out.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
it's the
probably
same mountain. I think they were. It's always the same mountain. Okay, I see.
yeah. It's always the same.
Da-da-dum.
Okay, so I get the choice. I could go for souvenir shopping. I could get some money. I don't remember what the order of things is.
6.
Yeah, I've got
Not
6.
thanks.
You know what? I've got 6 coins. I think souvenir shopping right now is a good. So I have. Oh, so I could use. Actually, this is a really good. This is a really good.
Da-da.
So I have a washi for 1 coin and 1 point. Then manju for 1 coin and 3 points, and a yukata for 2 coins and 5 points. So pretty successful souvenir shopping excursion there.
Da-da.
Then Imon gets some money.
That one is for earning money. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you can actually. I mean, it's probably not a bad shout for you to jump straight to an encounter because you know money and interesting. So you donated a coin at the temple, 2 coins at the temple,
Yes.
3 coins at the temple.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, but
That's absolutely fine. So when you donate coins, you get 1 point per coin donated, and you
Mhm.
also get bonus points based on where you are in the rankings in terms of if you have the most or second most, third most donated. In the top
Mhm.
right hand corner, there's a star, so you can see how you're doing compared to everybody else in the rankings.
I see.
I'm going to have an encounter.
You already have 14 points. My God.
Yeah, I'm an Ibito, a guide. Let me help you complete the mountain panorama. Yes, but I also have more or less spent all my money.
Mhm.
I'm also
Grab,
so you could either go to you could get the second part of the mountain. And I will get to go into the hot spring. Which weirdly puts me in the still no monkeys. Oh, the monkeys. To be fair, that is kind of me when I if I when I went to Japan a couple of years back.
Mm-hmm.
We did stay at a lot of hot springs.
That sounds so nice.
Oh, it was lovely.
Everything is one. That damn it. Let's get some dung. I did go to Japan once, but I went in uh, I would say like a training trip. Essentially,
Okay.
so I went to the city where the main dojo of my style, martial arts style is,
Hmm.
and I stayed there like for 2 weeks training every day. So I didn't do much of tourism really.
Oh, that is a shame. Okay, I think the best, most sensible thing I could do right now, as I have no money, is to go and get some money.
Hmm. What is the C for?
So that is another panorama.
Oh, I see.
So
Mm,
it's probably not a bad shout. I mean, like each of those is a different set. So with the mountain, you got the first two, right? So the first image was worth 1 point. Second image was worth 2 points. Same with the sea,
mhm.
except it's five. So it's one for the first, two for the second, three, four, five.
Let me see.
Ah, and
Oh wow.
yeah, and so Shiga is Hiroshige is definitely committing to
Uh,
the
I was hoping he avoided the temple.
true, but
Uh,
you can now go straight to the mountain. I think you're yeah, that puts you really close to because to be honest, if you finish the mountain on like day 2, it means you can commit to other stuff, which is
yeah.
pretty cool. Ah, Zanimon gets to go twice. Actually, arguably, yeah, you should. I wasn't paying attention, but you like it could have been an idea for you to go get gold there, but
Mm,
not absolutely essential. Yeah, Tim. I've already got one in the mountain series. Like, I don't really want to get anything else. The encounter would be nice, but as I've already had one Anibito encounter, I might as well carry on a
mm.
little bit whilst it's there. But it does mean that they'll get the encounters, sadly. More painting guides.
I want the shit. I wanted to encounter.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's kind of a risk reward. Like, one thing that is good is that you're never absolutely locked out from something because you don't just because it doesn't gel with your power. Like,
Hmm.
you can still do pretty well. It's just the power offers you like an added bonus, and particularly for some characters who start off with less money, it's quite good. Do I want to go
That's it.
to? Yeah, I'm gonna do this and go.
See, so my options are shit. I didn't.
To be honest, like hot springs are not a bad thing to attend. Like you get money out of it. It's good. Plus,
Mm,
you only have one more thing in the mountain, so I think you're doing better than. Yeah, you're ahead of everyone else for the mountain. Plus, always remember, like the first time you play a game, it doesn't really count because you're learning all the
hmm.
um. Also, like you will notice that my lead is being chipped away slightly because whilst I had a really good souvenir run, I then need to spend most of today getting money back.
Makes sense.
So you have an interesting opportunity because you get to go into the inn first.
Yeah, I think I'll do just that.
Yeah, so you get the pick of the meals.
Da,
Yes,
da,
I can.
da. Ah, grab this one. Mm,
If you click, by the way, if you click on the faces on the bottom bar, you can see what everyone else has got. in terms of like money and where they're going. So that's why I'm referencing things like Hiroshige only having 2 of the mountains, whereas you
For
have.
some reason, I didn't buy the food. I have no idea what. Shit, I think I pressed something wrong.
Oh no, okay, that's not a big deal. It happens.
Oh well. Oh well. Oh well.
Okay, what do I got? Oh, I do like a bit of soba. Soba. And I go straight back out. I'm just trying to. Interesting. No, I'm gonna go for an encounter. See what happens. See panorama. I should do encounters.
Man, he went far.
I mean, yeah, but I think he went into the inn without any money. Like you might also want to consider. Actually, no. I would definitely consider getting the encounter. And I think then you'll still have the you'll still then move before Hiroshige to complete the mountain, or you'll get an Anabito and get nice. That's pretty well for the sea. You buy a thing, you'll move again, presumably to the mountain, and then yeah, Hanzo, you can probably move to the mountain from there.
Yeah. There we go.
Then I will move to the hot spring. I'm doing really well in bathing. I've not, but like in terms of seeing monkeys in the hot springs, none.
I'll grab this one.
Oh yeah, good call. How are we doing in? Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go here.
To a temple.
Yeah, just because because I get that bonus coin, I think that puts me up to like I've donated 7 coins, even though I've only donated like 4. I've just noted that Zen Imon has donated 5 coins total, so it just works to my benefit, really.
Yes.
So unless, yeah, Hiroshige. I was thinking he might jump. Like it was potentially useful for him to jump straight to the sea, but it's also potentially quite useful for you to jump straight to the. Oh.
Shit. Oh.
Yeah, but you get the encounter, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. I was aiming for that anyways. Thank you.
Okay, and so I can either go straight into. I always find even so, if there's nothing in the souvenir shop that's particularly useful, so I would really want a totem. The only totem is worth that here is costs 3, and I think that's too expensive because then I won't be able to eat. It's kind of either eat or buy the totem. The totem is worth 7, but nah, I'm gonna eat. So currently think I'm currently in with a shot of the gourmet achievement.
Shit, I have no options other than going to the inn.
Yeah, it happens. But like your score has come back up quite a bit. You can see. I think we're going into this was day 3 of 4. We're going into the final round. Did you buy food this time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I learned how to do it.
maybe you should have done that tutorial.
I thought I had to press the foot and then the arrow, but no, you
Yeah,
had to press
it's
both at the
not
time.
like some like it's not always the most intuitive. It
No,
could
not at
potentially be
all.
better. We're a long way from, and this is the last. Okay, so let's solidify that. Oh, no, did I? I must have seen monkeys during that last turn because I oh, you're gonna get an encounter unless you want to chuck money in the shrine.
Hmm.
If I,
Nice.
oh, interesting. I was actually about to check whether or not my power activated even if I didn't drop a coin in the temple. But fine, I'll go. Oh, a priestess donates a coin to the temple anyway.
God damn it.
It's fine.
uh,
We don't split we don't split the prizes. We just both get it.
okay. And then
Oh, you can jump to the seascape.
yeah, I'm done that. I need one more.
That's still one more there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're probably gonna be in with a fair chance of getting it because. Oh, that being said, Zenemon is also pushing for it.
Yeah.
So Bather is not. Yeah, I can get the Bather achievement. So I'm better off going for the encounter. So actually, was encounter could be anything. What am I doing for Chatterbox? Ooh. Yes, that probably is a good call then. Oh, traveling merchant.
So you went for the encounter.
I did. And I get
see.
a comb. It's only worth 1 point, but I'm now going to get an achievement for having spoken to the most people.
Mm-hmm. Monkeys.
You get monkeys?
Yes.
Nice. Well done.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
the fucker.
Well, it's fun.
Oh
Well, unless.
no, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah. Now,
oh
yeah. Oh, man, that's rough.
god fucking damn it. If I go to the mountain, I don't get nothing?
I don't think you're allowed to go. Yeah, if you completed the set, you aren't allowed to go there anymore.
Fuck. Oh, and I had one more of these ones to go to. Shit.
Yeah, you and me both. It's kind of. I'm actually in a bit of a. Oh, that being said, actually, how many of these have I got? You know what? I will go to the mountain.
Might as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess 3 out of 4, so that's not bad. And then I'll go to the rice paddy as well.
Mm,
Because heaven knows I can't actually afford food tonight.
yeah. Ah, and I have no money.
So, actually, I think the best thing I can do. Actually, do you guys actually have any money? You do. And you do. So, oh, I'm not allowed in. I'm not allowed in because I don't have money. You can't go to a place if you don't have money.
I'm in.
Which, I guess, yeah, fair enough. But
Makes sense.
I was
beggars.
I was thinking, oh, can I do a cheeky block? But no, you can't do a cheeky block.
We're beggars at this point. Let's go. I can't eat anything.
Let's sit at this table and look at all this nice food we could eat if we had money.
Oh wow, that guy jumped to 63.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh god. Oh, and he completed
Okay.
the sea as well. I don't know who went because again, it comes down to the achievements. I
Yeah.
think it might be Zenimon. So he gets the gourmet. The artist gets the gourmet. Just claim you're the artist all along. It's fine.
Mhm.
I got the Bather. Not a surprise. I also got the Chatterbox, which is
Get first place, but you too.
good. Collector is the merchant guy.
He beat us. He destroyed us.
Yeah, possibly. But I mean, we at least have the moral right because we gave the most temple donations.
Absolutely.
I mean,
How it goes.
you say that. That's not bad. I mean, 72 against. Yeah. I mean, that is. I mean, okay. So you got 50 points. It's your first game.
Yeah. Honestly, at one point I was leading, but
Hmm. And
yeah,
again,
the
now
end
you have
changes
more of
everything.
an idea of how the game works.
Mm.
You wanna do one more?
Sadly, I cannot because I have to go back to work.
Ah, that's
But
absolutely fine. Well,
yeah.
I absolutely have enjoyed having you very
Mm.
briefly. Thank you very much
Yeah,
for
me too.
popping by. It's always a pleasure. You're always welcome to swing by and um, play board games if you wish. Actually, you know
Hmm.
what? I think would you like to spin the wheel with me because I like I it's been you know what it's been a very weird day. I don't know about you, but I I was it didn't feel like I was streaming tonight. I've had this
Yeah.
weird I think because we're still in lockdown and I can't go anywhere, like having a
I
bank
see.
holiday doesn't really mean anything because it's just a much extended weekend and because my day is quite routine heavy on weekends. Um
Hmm.
it ends up being that it's actually just like, oh no, we just have a double length of that same routine. So I was sitting down. It's like, I'm sure I've got something on tonight. But it's Sunday. It's like, no, it's not. It's Saturday. Yesterday was Friday. You've lost all sense of perspective on time.
Yeah,
Time.
it does
Yeah.
happen to me too. Yeah,
So yeah, I
because
think.
I'm
Hmm?
an independent worker. I essentially even on I usually even work on holidays.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh, yeah, I remember working today, and it was all right. Today is a holiday. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's Hey, it's Lyri. Routines are so
Hey,
helpful,
Larry.
honestly. Hello, you have caught us right at the end. I was actually, to be honest, I was very tempted to poke you because Hanzo and I were playing Takanoko, and
Tokaido.
I noted. Sorry, yeah, there's. Sorry,
Tokaido.
same board game producer, similar name. But yes, we were playing Tokaido, and I did actually notice that you have that and you were online. So I was very tempted to just poke you and see if you ended up jumping in because this was not originally a collab. This was just,
Nope.
and this was again me slowly bankrupting the crow by introducing him to all the fun board games.
It's such a shame I don't have that much money.
Well, I didn't say that bankrupting you was going to be a challenge. I just said I'm going to
Yeah,
bankrupt you.
yeah. Fair again, fair again. Um,
Okay, Lyri, how much time do you have right now? Because we can absolutely make this the most ridiculous relay collab, and you can
yeah,
jump in, and I can teach you to play Tokaido as well.
let,
You are
let's
more than welcome.
let's swap because I have to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Hanzo. It's been a pleasure having you here. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
thank
playing
you for having
Tokaido.
me.
Anytime you want to play board games, give me a shout, and let's do it.
Absolutely. Bye bye.
Cheerio. Bye bye. Oh, did it? Oh, I think maybe it's because you were online on Steam, um, and you did not. You're online on Steam. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you ever want to play Tokaido, then do give me a shout. Because it will be coming back. Like I have this whole thing, Wheel of Games, which I'm actually going to go to now. Um, Online Uni is not great. It does help once you've played the tutorial. I can actually vouch for the tutorial that it makes you sit through. That I got Hanzo to skip, but the tutorial is not bad. But yeah, if you, to be honest, I love having people who play board games to just kind of jump in, and this is kind of the point is that I can just set up a room, and if people are online, they can jump in to play board games. So yeah, if you ever do, if you want to play it, or in fact, if you want to go back and watch the VOD, that will tell you how to play it. And yeah, let me know, and we can set something up. But first, we're gonna go over here to the Wheel of Names. Every time I see this, I'm slightly more happy with how this whole layout looks. It does look like a slightly low budget. You played a game the other night and everyone told you to skip the tutorial, then made you captain. Oh, that's just mean. I mean, this wheel is just literally wheelofnames.com. So this is not some. I'm more just like the fact that it's got like I've got the curtains going on, and I've got my beautiful and glamorous assistant. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. You're very welcome. Other version of myself. Your beard looks particularly well groomed today. Oh, thank you very much. Shall we spin the wheel and stop this slight this slightly poor ventriloquism act? Yeah, we really should. I do this every time. I keep having this weird conversation with myself. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Because you've not been out in 6 months, and you've okay. That is a conversation between me and my therapist. Wonderful conversational partner. Me with a slightly high pitched, slightly more northern accent. And people seem to like me. Maybe I should take over. No, shut up. Spin the wheel. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Kings and Assassins. I have not played this. I got Kings and Assassins out of one of the Humble Bundles. I do not know the base game. I do not know how it works. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of... I'm going to go back to just chatting. Quickly move myself in the middle of the screen. Myself it's just a jump to the left, a step to the right. You never think that VTubing is just a way for people to talk to themselves and amuse themselves for an hour and a half. Right, Kings and Assassins. Board game. Board game geek. What would I do without you, my eternal trove of knowledge? It's an 8. Ooh, it said the magic word. It said the magic word. An asymmetrical fantasy game of strategy and steps from 2 players. One player controls a vile king, and the other contains a mob of... Oh, it's amazing. It's a... Oh, I wonder how similar this is to Netrunner, actually. Because I'm getting very much feels of Netrunner, which is sadly a game that I will probably not be able to play on stream because it sadly died. It was licensed by Wizards of the Coast over to Fantasy Flight. Fantasy Flight did this amazing living card game model of it. And in that you play, you can either play the Corp, the Megacorp, or random hacker, and it's probably the best implementation of power. So like Magic the Gathering, you have to lay down lands, or Hearthstone, you just build power over time, so you get an extra 1 per turn. Netrunner, because it's a cyberpunk game, it's just you have two resources: time and money. You can often spend time to get money. You can not spend money to get time. The Corp has slightly more money, and slightly more time than the hacker. And there are cards that you play down as the hacker, which is literally just working a regular job at a call center in order to get some money. Also, like the game itself is really well balanced. I absolutely adore it. I do kind of want to teach someone to play it. Yeah, some of your friends have never run out. Yeah, if you ever get the chance, do play it because it is such a good game. I absolutely adore it as an experience. It's one of those ones where if you have friends and and you can kind of go and see them a few times and learn the game with them, then you end up just developing your own local meta. Because obviously the fact that it's out of print is a shame, but there are still copies of the game that exist, and as long as you can just go hang out with people and build a deck and work out how to fight the corp or stop the hacker from getting into your servers, it's a lot of fun. There is also a very good implementation on Tabletop Simulator, and I'll be honest, having a match of a game that has been moved out of print because of corporate messing about on a not entirely official method of playing board games using fake digital avatar feels pretty cyberpunk. Like, it would be pretty thematically appropriate for VTubers to start playing Netrunner. So that's kind of a thought. I would like to teach some people to play Netrunner, a game where you are a hacker sticking it to corporations in such a way that kind of sticks it to a corporation. Anyway, Kings and Assassins looks very similar because you have a king and one player is controlling the king, one player is controlling the mob. This is Knight. King and his might move around the board, securing positions or eliminating danger. I'm just going to go through this description because all of it sounds really fun. So, with my best announcement voice, Kings and Assassins is an asymmetrical fantasy game of strategy and deception for two players. One player controls a vile king and his knightly lackeys who try and force their way into the castle through a mob of wrathful citizens. The other player controls the mob itself and, more importantly, three assassins who hide among the crowd hoping to kill or stop the ruler, long enough for the people to deal with him using their bare fists. King only has only so much time before he's overpowered by his own subjects. But using guile and swords of his guards, he may be able to eliminate the assassins and hopefully escape to the safety of his palace. The gameplay is based on action cards, which show a limited number of action points available to both sides. First, the king and his knights move around the board, securing their position by eliminating dangers and pushing inside the crowd. Then, the assassins, hidden among the crowd, prepare for their lethal strike by killing guards or making the king's progress slower. It's up to the players to make the most of the action points available in the current round. The king's player wins if he manages to escape from the board using one of the exits, or if his knights eliminate all the assassins. The assassins win if they kill the king by dealing him 2 wounds, or stall him long enough that the action card deck is depleted. Use your strategy, hide the assassins among 12 beautifully illustrated citizens, and play 2 different scenarios, each with a multitude of choices, in this simple yet rewarding game. And remember, every familiar face may conceal a sharp blade. That sounds a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm very that appeals to me very deeply. That interesting. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing the implementation of this now. I'm that is nice. Okay, sorry. I'm getting in my head about, because the word asymmetry in games, and particularly where it's like thematic games where you have a clear power struggle between two disparate powers. I mean, again, Cyberpunk, Netrunner is one of my favorite games ever. So this might scratch a bit of a Netrunner itch. Um, oh, it looks pretty. It looks really pretty. I'm looking forward to playing this. Oh, that's absolutely. I am thrilled that I'm going to get to play that. Right, let me just set up my end screen to go show the next game. Okay. Oh, right. So tonight we've played Tokaido, which is a beautiful game. Highly recommend it. The implementation on PC could be better, if I'm honest. Like they've clearly put a lot of work into it because they have chosen to completely remake it as a with 3D low poly models, which looks really nice. But it's not the most intuitive for new players until you've played through the tutorial. And sometimes it's very easy to misclick. The UI is not the most is not the most is not the most comprehensive. Hey, Hanzo. So I just did a quick read through of Kings and Assassins, which is what I'm going to be playing on Monday. And I'm now very, very excited. Actually, sorry. To go back, Louis doesn't have Tokaido, so I'm not playing any more tonight. But I decided to go through and spin the wheel. I am playing Kings and Assassins. I went on a huge tangent about how good Netrunner is, because I really like Netrunner, Cyberpunk, asymmetric board games, and yeah, Kings and Assassin is an asymmetric board game where where one player plays an escaping king, the other player plays a mob trying to murder him that also contains assassins. That's what I'm going to be playing on Monday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really interested to see what the board game implementation looks like on Steam. Yeah, I think that kind of covers everything. And then I was just giving a quick rundown of Tokaido and the fact that it's a really good game, though the UI is not the most intuitive in terms of certain decisions, because you can very easily make a move that you didn't intend to make, and there's no undo. Also, it's very weird that there's no way to play asynchronously, which I would have thought would be kind of a standard for any online game, any online board game that is turn-based, but what can you do? Yeah. Overall, as with many of my streams, the conclusion is board games are great. And on that bombshell, I am going to close down for the night. Thank you, Hanzo, for jumping in for a losing my voice. Thank you, Hanzo, for jumping in for a very impromptu collab. It is always a pleasure to play with other people in the community. And thank you for Liri for popping by to say hello right at the end. I should already be looking for who to raid. Should I raid? Chat. You tell me what you think. Do you think I should raid a VTuber or raid somebody in the board game section? That's usually what I do. I either raid one of the VTubers that I am following, or I jump in and see who's playing something interested in board games. So, do I have any who is both? Yes, me. As far as I can tell, I am the only. I am the dedicated board game VTuber. But I'm finishing, so I can't raid myself. I am the board game VTuber. I should actually. I have genuinely considered whether I should rebrand my channel name as like Board Game Goat or Board Game Roulette or something like that. Just because, yeah, it is more precise or more it's more descriptive than just my name. Who's playing what? I remember this guy. Last week actually, there's a one chap on Board Games who runs like a viewer interaction of Twitch plays Marvel Legendary, which is quite good. Have it as a subtitle, The Board Game Goat. That's true, but I don't know. I feel like if I put certainly for Twitch, it might be a good actual name, because a lot of just looking at other Twitch streamers in the board game section, a lot of them reference board games in their title. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's that thing of having it clear to get people interested. Like, am I playing board games just tonight, or am I a regular board game player, which is the latter? Sorry, this is the entire rethink of my branding right at the end of a stream, which is not what anybody signed up for. But thank you for indulging it. Yeah, I might do that. Right. Oh, Pip's great. I like Pip. She is a wonderful British VTuber who does art, but she's also a lot of fun and currently playing Valorant. I could set that up in the out section with all the other info. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I need to. It's one of those. I know I need to do some bits for the for like branding in terms of my Twitch channel. It's kind of on a list of things to do. I'm still kind of in that early stage. I feel like I hit 40 followers earlier this week, so I am still a very small VTuber. Right, let's go and check out Pip. I really like Pip's art stream. She's very chill, and she's currently playing Valorant, and I'm kind of curious about that. Okay, you can make some default ones, which are just the default green. Okay, cool. I mean, default purple is probably gonna work pretty well for me. Wait, hang on. Did she? Oh no, she literally just stopped streaming. Oh man. Okay, that's a thing. Who else? I mean, my luck when it comes to streaming is just amazing. I mean, to be fair, we say that timing, like Lyri also rocked up. Like, I know this was about 20 minutes ago, but Lyri did also rock up right at the end of the stream. Would be worth to look to raid and then the stream end. I've done that as well. Like, I don't know, is there slightly naff VTuber bingo that I should be filling in? You know what? It is. Reading board games. I'm just gonna. I might just quickly jump into board games. There's somebody who is playing Agricola. Agricola's kind of is just a fun, very chill thing, and it's always nice to. It's good to also reach out to people in board games, because they are also my peoples. Right, Agricola. This is also assuming people allow raids, because I have tried to raid other people before, and there's like, nope, can't raid them. Yep, we're going. We're going to go raid Agricola. So, thank you very much for joining me to play Tokaido. It's been a really nice way to spend the evening. If you like what you see, please do join me again on Monday when I will be playing Kings and Assassins. I'm very excited. It's a game I've not played before, so I will be learning it. I will. So all that I will be doing between now is making sure it works, doing the tutorial, so I have the very basics. So we kind of be learning the strategy on the fly. If you want to see what that looks like, the game I played on Wednesday was Raiders of the North Sea, which I was also learning for the first time. And yeah, that was also an absolute delight to discover. Yeah, thank you for joining me tonight. This has been a lot of fun. I feel like I get into a bit of a repetitive circle when I come to the ends of these. So I've been Loxley. This has been Board Game Roulette. I am the board game goat. Hurrah.